Y'all, I saw a very disturbing article from 11 Alive News, and they're out of Atlanta, Georgia, baby. I'm going to read this article, and then I'm going to read the parents, okay? It starts off, it says, she was 5 years old and weighed just 7 pounds. Months later, her parents are charged with murder. Kylie Mickens, 5, was brought to the hospital in Hall County by her parents. One day later, she died due to dehydration and malnutrition due to medical neglect. A Buford couple is behind bars following a months-long investigation into the death of her 5-year-old daughter. Hall County Sheriff's Office deputies arrested Tweedledum, who was 31, and Tweedledee, who was 29. I don't even want to say their freaking names. On Tuesday at their home off Rustic Pine Lane. They are both charged with felony murder and first-degree cruelty to children, authorities said. On June 7, 2020, officials at Northeast Georgia Medical Center, Braselton, notified deputies about an unresponsive 5-year-old girl, Kylie Mickens, who had been brought to the hospital for treatment by her parents. Kylie, who they said weighed just 7 pounds, was flown to Children's Health Care of Atlanta Scottish Rite Hospital. Due to her condition and weight, deputies notified the Hall County Division of Family and Children's Services and investigators with the sheriff's office. One day later, Kylie died. The sheriff's office began a 4-month investigation into Kylie's death. They said it involved interviews, searches of the Mickens' home, and an autopsy by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Medical Examiner's Office. The sheriff's office said the autopsy revealed the 5-year-old's death was due to dehydration and malnutrition due to medical neglect. The couple remains behind bars at the Hall County jail without bond. They will make a first appearance at 1 p.m. Authorities say the case remains under investigation. So, again, this child was 5 years old and she weighed 7 pounds. That means that that child had no muscle, no meat, no anything on her body. She was nothing but skin and bones. And she died from dehydration and malnutrition. Now, I'm going to try to not use my emotions here because, I work with the youth and I love kids. I do love kids. I work with the bad and the good. But not at all does a child deserve to be starved and dehydrated, or to go any further, to be abused or beaten or scolded or neglected, or have to be growing up before their age, or be put in compromising positions, or go through any other abnormal behavior. But back to these parents, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They decided that it was okay to starve their child. I know here in America, especially during this time, food insecurity is raising, okay? It is raising. There are people that are going to homeless shelters, that are going to food drives, trying to get food based off of the circumstances. Lord have mercy. That is very unfortunate. But in this case, I would believe that they purposely did this. And from the way that they look like they both eating. They both look like they got food, so ain't no food insecurity going on right here. So they eating, but their child is not eating. I think they forgot about the fact that they are parents. But I do understand that they don't deserve to have ever been parents. See, by nature, the woman is designed to carry a child and have a child and give birth to a child. And she has to raise a child along with a man or whoever the partner or whoever it may be. Okay? But see, everybody is not set up mentally to be a parent. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people will bring their children or their child into the world and they think it's play. They think it's game time. They think it's, oh, let me beat my child up. Let me starve my child. Let me harm my child. Let me do everything I'm not supposed to do to my child. Because they don't care. They just want to see somebody that's vulnerable suffer. When your main objective is to raise that child, you don't put that child in compromising positions where you know that child can't help him or herself and expect them to survive or go into society like a normal person. It don't work like that. So here you have Tweedledum and Tweedledee who have starved this child, given this child no water, and she succumbed to her circumstances. These fools do not need to see the light of day because that child did not deserve that. Kylie came into this world to go to elementary school, middle school, high school, college. She was supposed to get married. She was supposed to have a family. She was supposed to get a career, go into the military. She's supposed to start another generation. That's what Kylie was supposed to do. Kylie was not supposed to starve and die. Do you understand? And they took that from her. So because they took that opportunity for that girl to have a full and flourishing life, the justice system needs to take all their rights away too. So her life has been taken and their rights need to be taken. That's what I'm trying to say. They should have never been parents in the first place. They probably need to go a step further than life in jail. I think so. This is not a game out here. If you're not ready to have children, please monitor how you do the nasty. There's no other way to put it. Because that's what comes from doing the nasty. You have children sometimes. But if you're not ready for those children, keep things closed as much as possible. Because we don't need negligent and horrible parents out here like these two imbeciles. And see, the truth always comes to the light. And they brought the girl to the hospital for treatment only for the doctors to say, wait, what is going on here? This girl is 7 pounds. I did a little research and the average weight for a 5-year-old is about 40 pounds, guys. And that's just the estimate because with BMI scales and all that stuff like that, if you follow it to the T, you'll be a stick. Okay, but the average weight is 40 pounds for a 5-year-old. Y'all, let me tell you something. I can talk about this for a good 30 minutes to an hour, maybe even longer than that. But I'm going to just close out and say that girl was supposed to live and see a good life. If you're not ready to be a parent, please think twice about what you do. Okay? We all have a freedom to be out here. But just think about the results from being out here. Doing all kind of crazy things. My prayers go out to the grandparents and the other family members of Kylie, and I hope that Kylie gets justice in this case and those fools do not see the light of day because she did not deserve that. Guys, leave your thoughts below. Take care.
She weighed only 7 pounds when she died, according to investigators. Her parents are now charged with murder. Joe Hankey is in Hall County tonight with more.
A girl died this past June, and then the Hall County Sheriff's Office behind me opened an investigation into her death. After working the case for 4 months, yesterday, deputies arrested her parents on charges of felony murder and cruelty to children. 31-year-old Danielle Mickens and 29-year-old Porscha Mickens are in the Hall County Jail following the death of their 5-year-old daughter. Deputies arrested the couple Tuesday at their Buford home on Rustic Pine Lane.
Anything you did that could be used against you later.
This afternoon, the pair made their first appearance in court, where a judge read the charges against them of felony murder and first-degree child cruelty. A Hall County Sheriff's Office spokesman told 11 Alive on June 7th, doctors contacted deputies about an unresponsive 5-year-old named Kylie brought to the hospital by her parents. The girl would be flown to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and given her condition and weight, deputies notified Family and Children's Services. Kylie died a day after arriving at the hospital. In arrest warrants, a sheriff's office investigator wrote the Mickens deprived the girl of the necessary and adequate food, nutrition, and medical care required to survive, causing cruel and excessive pain and Kylie's ultimate death, at which time she weighed 7 pounds. Data of child growth standards from the World Health Organization shows that many 5-year-old girls weigh around 40 pounds, while 7 pounds is listed as a weight for some newborns. The sheriff's office reports an autopsy showed the girl died from, quote, dehydration and malnutrition due to medical neglect, with the death being listed as a homicide. According to the sheriff's office, investigators spent parts of the last 4 months searching the Mickens' home, conducting interviews, and waiting on the autopsy results from the GBI. And both the girl's mother and father remain in the Hall County Jail tonight because they are charged with felony murder. For now, they are being held without bond.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's